You're listening to Go Running Talks, a podcast by Go Running Tours. Quick, fun chats with our guides, guests, and partners from around the world. Get ready to discover new cities, inspiring stories, and the shared joy of running anywhere on the planet.
Hello, my name is Lena. I'm the founder of Go Running Tours, and I'm doing these guide interviews to introduce everyone to our colleagues around the world and also show a little bit about what it's like behind the scenes of Go Running Tours. Today, I'm speaking to François in Geneva, who I've been working with for quite some years now, actually. So welcome, François, to
Hi,
our
Lena.
little
Hi,
chat.
hi, everybody.
Good to see you. I don't know, François, would you like to just tell us about you?
All right. Okay. I work as a city planner here in Geneva, and I'm also a mountain leader. So I spend a good amount of time now in the Alps and in the mountain around Geneva in Switzerland.
Excellent. So how much time is split now? How much are you in the mountains, and how much are you in Geneva now?
I work at 60% as a city planner, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I have time to go up in the mountain. But sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on the weather forecast or how busy I am here.
That's a perfect mix. I think a lot of people are going to be a little bit envious of that lifestyle.
It is. It is. I have to admit.
Fantastic. And then, of course, we meet through running. We work as guides, as runners, and so on. So we'll also have to talk about running. François, tell us a little bit about your running, just in general, and your journey into running.
Okay, I've been running for 30 years now. I started with triathlon, actually. I run small distances, then bigger and bigger. And then the distance I prefer is a half marathon. So I ran for years half marathons, mostly around Switzerland, because there's plenty of them here, and also around 20K races. So that was on the road. And then I started to trail running as well a bit, because we have beautiful mountains and lots and lots of trails to run on. So that was a good discovery for me. And then I trained really hard to run a marathon, which I did here in Geneva. I just wanted to try for the experience, but it's a bit too long for me, I would say a bit too boring. Like, prefer running in a nature, in a mountain, than on a pavement in the city. But that's my taste.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I practice the mountain as well, doing a lot of cycling and mountain biking.
And you also one of your tours in Geneva is in the mountains, right?
Yes, but nobody dared to take it because, in the description of the tour, it's actually a really hardcore one. And so we have to go to France, because Geneva is surrounded by France. So just cross the border and climb a really steepy one, quite short, but extremely steepy. So the conditions must be really good.
Yeah. Excellent. And then before we sort of talk, François, about sort of the running tours and so on, one thing, when we first met, we met in Paris in person for the first time. We had a global team meeting. So people were flying in from all over the world so we could all meet. And in that weekend that was in 2020, it was February, March. And that was also that very weekend where all the borders closed because of COVID. So I remember Laura from the US basically she landed and then she had to go straight back. We flew out. Everyone was desperate to get out of Paris before the borders closed. And then that was you, François, sitting completely relaxed with a beer in your hand, because you weren't flying into Paris. You biked from Geneva to Paris and you were biking back home as well. Tell me about your sort of bike passion as well.
Yeah, it's what I do a lot. I was with my girlfriend as well. She's a long distance, and I did a lot of long distance travel as well, but not races, but travel on the bike around the world. So I went across South America on the bike. So the best mean for me to go to Paris was obviously to come on the bike. It's not that far from Geneva. it's a couple of good couple of hours, I would say. It's a few hundred Ks, but in a few days, it's doable. So it's what I do usually when I have a meeting somewhere. I just do either by train or by bike or both. Wow.
Fantastic.
So
Excellent.
that was a special experience to come to empty Paris in on the bike,
Yeah,
and
that's a good point.
yeah, that was nice. Actually, I remember everyone flew away and run with I forgot his name. Sorry.
Johan?
Yeah, Johan, the equivalent of the half marathon tour around Paris, empty Paris. That was quite special.
I could imagine. I
Yeah.
could imagine. I remember seeing the pictures when I was back home in Denmark. Fantastic. Cool. All right. So a little bit sort of going into the running tours. François, you've been doing tours for quite some years. So one tour that sort of one tour experience, one guest. Is there one tour that sort of stands out as the most memorable one?
Oh yeah, there's one. Once I've been running with the Indian Olympic champion for javelin, and so his team, his communication team, contacted me to set up all the things. They wanted to be at special places to film us and to do the com all around this tour. But he was just interested to lose his crew, to be a bit alone. So he was with friend as well, 2 or 3 friends of him. So we managed to lose his crew, and he stayed with his 2 or 3 friends and went around on our own. And he told me he really enjoyed that moment alone, just with me, away from all the pictures and cameras. That was a great great memory, and that was also the most challenging of it. Because I challenged him for a sprint. Of course, he was faster than me. Of course, he's an Olympic champion.
Oh, fantastic! And I could imagine, François, knowing you, that you took great joy in running from the authorities. I thought running from the official team as well.
Yeah, it was. I can still see his face. He was so happy.
Excellent. Really cool. And sort of then going from the running tours, then of course a lot of our guests, they're not from Geneva. They come in, they're travelers, they're business travelers on vacation. Is there anything that you would say that people should do in Geneva, but that they don't know they should be doing? Is there anything as a local that you think this is really something that people should be doing in Geneva?
Yeah, most of the time I tell them to do it because it's not included in a tour, but it's just to climb the cathedral's tower to see around, because you have a very great overview of the city, and people, they pass by, but they don't do it. And there's a bit of the same. It's just to climb the mountain nearby. Gives you a beautiful lookout on the Alps on the French side, and there's a cable car bringing you up there. It's the summit where I bring clients to do the awful climb.
You're really selling it.
It's awful, but it's really rewarding. It climbs really hard. It's why I prefer to tell the clients, to be honest. Voilà.
Absolutely. I think actually the tour is called The Climb of Your Life? The Climb of Your Life.
Yeah, The Climb of Your Life.
It's an excellent name. Perfect. And is there anything that you see people doing in Geneva where you think you shouldn't be spending your time doing this? Or is there anything that sort of where you say you wouldn't recommend people to do this or spend their time doing it?
I would recommend to people not to go drink and eat in restaurants around the lake, because they're tourist places, and just go a bit further into the different neighborhoods and walk around, and you have many great opportunities, and much cheaper, much more interesting, and meet real people. But get away from tourist places.
That's a great advice. That's a great advice.
And a good advice as well. I often go through there, bringing people from the Geneva Highlights tour into the next city, which is still Geneva, but it's called Carouge. And I work as a city planner there, so I know really well there. I bring them there and I explain the history of this little city, which has a Sardinian origin. So it's very different. It looks like a bit Italy. And I bring people there, and there's plenty of terraces, and it's a bit different from the city of Geneva. And I recommend people to go there, to go out and go to restaurants, because it's a bit special. It's really nice.
That sounds really. How far away from Geneva is it?
No, it's part of the tour. So the tour is more or less 13 Ks. So it's in the middle of the run from the station. It's like a 5 Ks run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not far.
All right. Excellent. I didn't even know that. I'm going to go there next time I go to.
Yeah, of course. Well,
cool. And then I always ask people for their best running advice. But before that, then François, you sort of stand out a little bit in the Go Running Tours team amongst all the. I think we are now 100 guides in the company. You're the only one who don't have social media, who have absolutely no interest in social media, who's always said no. Tell me about.
Well, if you choose to go on social media, you need to be good at it and to want to do it and to dedicate a lot of time doing it. And for me, when I go running, it's a sort of a freedom moment. And I don't want anything disturbing me or something I have to think during my run. I have to take a picture because I have to feed my Instagram or whatever. I don't like that at all. It's why I don't do social media. And same for my mountain leader activity. I chose just to have an internet site, a website, and that's it. We'll see if it works. But but I know it's more complicated if you don't do social media. But for me, either you do it really well and dedicate a lot of time to do it, or you don't.
Yeah, fair point. Does that mean, do you not track your, do you not track sort of when you bike and when you run? You don't track it at all? Do you use a watch?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I just have a Garmin and Wahoo on my as a bike computer. Yep. So I do that just to have a record of my itineraries, but that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. I think you're one of the few, François. Fantastic.
I'm sorry, it gives you a hard time.
No, it's all. I was Juliette's social media manager when she first started, and she was like, "What about Geneva?" And I was like, "Well, good luck with François."
Yeah, forget about him. Sometimes I really make the effort to bring my telephone with me and take a picture, but. And that's it.
Fair point. So the last question is, François, sort of, do you have an advice, sort of best advice to runners? And it can be anyone from beginners to elite athletes to people that run long or short. Do you have an advice for other runners?
Yeah, sure. Asked because you can get injured, you can get bored or fed up with running. Just for me, the key is to take pleasure, fun. While you're running, of course, if you go to do a marathon, you need to do a specific preparation. But just don't forget sometimes to lose your wristwatch or to forget about your time and just go into nature or trail running and do it for yourself and not for the competition, and just let it go and just enjoy. That would be my best advice.
It's a great advice because you can get so caught up in tracking and goals.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Cool. That's it, François. Thank you for speaking to me and for introducing Geneva. People can choose, of course, if they want to go running with you and into this little Sardinian village or town, or if they want to climb what did you say? Awful climb.
Yeah, the awful climb. Well, I really recommend it. But I had to decline only once. The weather just prior to the tour was really, really bad. And as it's really steepy, it would have been too dangerous. So I had to cancel, unfortunately.
Yeah. I remember that actually. The guest was like, he could understand it, but he was gutted as well.
Yeah, I was really unhappy to cancel. But it was too good.
Absolutely. Safety first. Perfect. Well, thanks a lot, François.
Well, you're very welcome.
Thank you. And thanks for being part of Go Running Tours and my long-time colleague now.
Yeah. Very long time. I don't know how long, but nearly 10 years, I guess.
I think so. All right. Well, thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.
Ciao.
Gotta go.